Hi, welcome back to my program. In this season that we're in right now, isn't it wonderful to hear about someone's random act of kindness? To me, that just makes me feel good all over to hear that there are people out there that are doing random acts of kindness, and I appreciate every last one of them. Well, I have a personal story today that I want to share with you about a young girl. In fact, she was probably fourth or fifth grade back when this took place. And it was a few years ago. She's in high school now, but still remembers it and still acts upon those random acts of kindness. So I have a picture I'm going to post and let you see the picture of an actual note that she wrote. But before that, I want to give you just a few scriptures. In Proverbs 19:17, in the New King James Version, it says, "He who has pity on the poor lends to the Lord, and he will pay back what he has given." In other words, the Lord will pay back. If you look at that same verse in the Passion Translation, every time you give to the poor, you make a loan to the Lord. Don't worry, you'll be repaid in full for all the good you've done. And then in Matthew chapter 6, verses 3 and 4 in the New King James, "But when you do a charitable deed, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, that your charitable deed may be in secret, and your Father who sees in secret will himself reward you openly." Well, now let me tell you the story. In fact, I just heard about it. The child's mother told me about it and sent me the picture that I'm going to post. Back, I like to say she was fourth or fifth grade, and she was in the lunchroom at the school, and one of the little boys in her class was up front selling, I guess, candy, something, and he was being permitted by the school to sell these things for the school in order for him to earn money to pay for a field trip that his parents could not afford. Now, the little girl, her parents had paid for her trip, and many of her friends, their parents had enough money to pay for the field trip. But this boy, his parents did not have that kind of money. And so, really, for a lot of homes, it's hard to put the food on the table, much less extracurricular things that all the children may want, but it costs money. Well, in this case, he was selling items to help earn his way on this field trip. The little girl had sympathy or empathy for him, I think sympathy, and she felt in her pocket, and she had $2 bills in her pocket. That's all that she had on her at the time, but she had that. And she took that $2 bill and she folded it up tight, and she went to the boy and she slipped it to him. And he tried to offer her something of what he was selling, and she said, "No, put this all toward your field trip." He thanked her. He was surprised. He thanked her. And she never said a word to anyone, not even her parents. Well, that same day, she went to history class. And in history class, the history teacher, she gave a homework assignment. They were to go home and find a comic book and write a story about that comic book. Well, the young girl goes home and she tells her mother, "I need a comic book." And the mother remembers she's got one in the house that her husband had gifted to her 10 years earlier as a gift because he knew it had been her childhood favorite. So she said, "I want you to go in the front room, and on the bookshelf, way up high, you'll find the book. Pull it down, and It's a comic book. You can make your report. The girl did. She pulls the book down, opens the book, and out falls 2 crisp dollar bills. She was so excited. She ran to tell her mother, and whenever she explained her random act of kindness that day, that very day, there was her $2 back to her in that book. And the mother took time to teach the scriptures that I just read to you. You see, God teaches children often very quickly so that they'll have it as a lifetime of memory. Us adults, we may not require an immediate turnaround as fast as a child, but He will. He always repays what we loan to the poor. We consider it as a loan to God, and God pays well. And so I want to encourage you in this season that we're in right now to be givers, random acts of kindness to whoever you may see in need. If God urges you to give, then give. If He urges you to go and help someone, then help. And if He urges you to write a friendly note to them, send a note. But random acts of kindness never go unnoticed with the Lord. May you be blessed as you become a random act of kindness giver today. Thank you for watching and sharing in our program. God bless you.